In my mind, brand building is a bit of an oxymoronic statement that I'm going to make, which is it's complex and simple at the same time.
I feel creating a brand is again creating a perception. And when people are doing good things, we always see that how we can take them out to the market so that they can get benefit of the good work.
I feel somewhere down we really think that we want our work to speak more than anything else. And it stems from the same concept of promises delivered. So did you have a vision in mind, Aishick? Like this was almost, I think, 8 years back when you formulated the new brand logo and the positioning statement. Where did you want to take it in some way? And I say this because, see, of course, as an organization, we will have certain mindset in terms of where we want to take the brand. But I feel, as an agency that is so invested in the brand journey, in both your cases, I feel I know for a fact that you have a personal association with the brand and you want to, you've had an integral role to play in how it is shaped up today. So is there something in mind that you had that, okay, these are the building blocks that I'm kind of laying on a creative front as well?
When we worked with Ashar Group for 2-3 years, we felt that the brand needs to go out in the market in a much better way. The potential was much larger than what we were portraying it to the people. Is at that time my thought was only that much, and I wanted that brand to be presented to the people in a better way so that they notice the brand. When we started working, we came to know about your brand. We said so much is happening and the brand is not presented well. Then we started doing research of, okay, what can be the pillars of the brand. Like when we say ambition, action, all these things, there is a reason for it. Why not we say technology? Why don't we say modernism? Because at that time technology was not the core thing. I saw that there is action happening, there is an ambition which is there. So that's why those pillars was taken on those study, And when we presented the brand, I remember the first brand campaign. There's a huge response because people did not know what Ashar was doing. You were doing so much. People did not know because you never went out and spoke about the brand so publicly ever. And so while we were seeing, there were some developers who were doing maybe 1/10 of your work, on 1/10 of the work which you were doing, and they were so well known because they were all over the place. Yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So I feel creating a brand is again creating a perception. And when people are doing good things, we always see that how we can take them out to the market so that they can get benefit of the good work.
In my mind, brand building as we go ahead is a bit of an oxymoronic statement that I'm going to make, which is it's complex and simple at the same time. But in real estate, there are two aspects of it, and that will come to where I'm coming to. The two aspects is what role does the corporate brand and therefore Ashar plays, and what role the property brand, therefore the legend, for instance, plays. So each one of them becomes integral to a complex behavior of the consumer. The consumer for the legend is not necessarily the consumer for Ashar all the time. The consumer for legend might be a one-off person who will buy and interact, and then his or her interaction is remaining in that microspace of Ashar. And therefore, he is not becoming the world of Ashar anymore, right? So the corporate brand has to have a clear path of what it wants to communicate. Now, I'm not suggesting that it should start doing brand campaigns all the time because that I think is a little over the board. But the corporate brand role and the property brand role has to be clearly different. I think when we came on board, we were completely unaware. We had never heard of the name of Ashar, which is not surprising considering that you were in a micro geography of Thana, and though later on we did discover that you have done some work in Ghatkopar and stuff like that, but even Ghatkopar is a micro market, right? So my first interaction is that yes, I've seen the name because I stay in Pali Hill and Navroz is right there. So I'd seen the name there walking by, but I had no idea who they were. And I remember when we met for the first time, I thought that had the potential to become the new landmark for Bandra or Pali Hill as a small locality and Bandra in general. That it is somewhere near, let's say, call it the legend. Because that becomes, but now, if you look at this conversation, Usher does not fit. It's all about that property. It's all about the legend. It's all about new things that we have brought to legend, be it in terms of design, be it in terms of the area, be it in terms of super exclusivity that we were planning, be it in terms of the number of amenities and the kind of amenities that we are giving. They were all exclusive for the legend. No, you can't take that and put it to say something that we are doing in Ghatkopar. The the corporate brand therefore has to pick this up and take it forward. So to answer both the questions,
Yeah.
our interaction on Legend was challenging, not because of the fact that it was coming from a brand that was relatively unknown in the area, but also the fact that it was one of its first of its kind in Bandra as a market. But that is the area that I think we looked upon it as a project and we said this is a unique challenge.
Yeah.
We will never get a challenge like this. To make a brand out of it was to actually tell a larger set of people about A, the corporate brand, and B, the new era of Usher, of going beyond A, the geography, and B, the way we are taking into the new space of uber luxury. I didn't like to use the word luxury because it's so badly used in real estate. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I feel somewhere deep down, I feel that as a brand, we really think that we want our work to speak more than anything else. And, it stems from the same concept of promises delivered. We want our work to speak. And of course, marketing and brand building and all of that is an inherent part of it. But more than anything, it is, for us as a brand, loyalty and word of mouth and people just knowing about whoever's interacted with the brand has stayed with the brand on a very integral level, whether it is our vendors, our consumers, suppliers, agencies, everyone, whoever has worked has stayed, and that means that there's something right happening in the ecosystem. Everyone wants to grow. They're feeling the growth with the brand. They're feeling the delivery. They're feeling that everything that was committed in that timeline is happening, and I feel that's a big deal in today's world where so many things are changing. And so of course I should engage more in terms of marketing, but that's the basic premise, that we want to not shy from what we are doing, but we want it to have a voice of its own in some way.